Alright, so this is a little bit of an overview and a little bit of a review on the Redarc Goblock. I've had it in my car for about 10,000 Ks now. And yeah, just thought I might have a quick chat about it, talk about the pros and cons. Currently I've not really had any issues with it. I'm one of those unlucky blokes that have two cars, so I've got my personal car and a work car. I run the fridge in both of them, so this is super useful. In fact, it lets me swap over from one car to the other really easily. It's why I went with this solution over like a battery box, because they're a little bit harder to shift between cars quickly. But this has these beautiful little handles and it's basically plug and play. In the work car, I currently just use the SIG socket and a little trickle charger. It does cause a little bit of headache because it's just a little plug-in guy. So if you're not careful, it does, on corrugations and that, it does kind of just pop out and then it just stops charging. I've let this go flat, so it's actually got a charge. We also have a merit socket. We have a fridge socket, also known as your little angle socket. So I mainly use that, hence why the cap's off. Get back in there. And then we also just have your normal socket, your normal 12-volt socket, your accessory socket. Over here we've got our pairing button. Mine's flashing because this is dead flat at the moment. You have an Anderson output, and then you have 4 USB Type A ports, which is super useful as well. I charge my phone off it. Works really well. It's better than the USB that's actually in the car, at least for the D-Max. It doesn't really charge my phone at all. I haven't sorted it out yet, but that's your 50 amp Anderson input. I will eventually wire that up in my personal car, so it can just plug it in and off we go. So far, no issues. I definitely recommend going for the 100 amp hour. It's only sort of just enough for what I do, which is, run my fridge, and I also run like my battery charger for my drills and all that off this. I dare say the 50 would not work that well. But yeah, I'm keen for the little bracket that they're going to do for these, where you can kind of just slop it in the bracket and clip it down and off you go. But that hasn't been released yet. As well as the jump start, because unfortunately I work on mine sites where we leave all our pretty lights on all day, and we do occasionally run the batteries flat. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that works as well. Would I recommend one for the price? They're pretty hexy. I think I paid 2.9k for this, so yeah, sort of a bit of a hit to the back pocket. But I'm hoping it'll last sort of like your 5 years maybe, being a big old lithium guy. And, I think they're rated to, like, what is it, something stupid, like 4,000 cycles or something like that. So more than enough. Australian made, high quality. You're not fuffing around batteries or anything like that. You just purchase it and off you go. It even comes with, this is the 240 volt brick I've got it charging off. It also comes with your 12 volt socket to plug in. With just the fridge running on it. It's still got more. I think it charges at about 8 amps off my SIG socket, where the fridge only uses about 3 or 4. So even pumping down the highway, it's more than enough to keep it charged. It's not going to slowly tender out. It's only once I start plugging more stuff into it that it sort of has an issue. So might have to also wire in a 50 amp on the work car, but we'll see how we go with that. Feel free to ask me any questions about it. I'm more than happy to have a chat and let you know. But that's kind of it. Not really a full-on review, I know, but you can't really talk much more about a battery. But anyway, thank you, like and subscribe.